Hello and welcome to the Garden Warrior podcast with the Garden Warrior himself, Paul Davis. I'll be joining Paul every week with a new guest from the horticultural world as we talk the science, the theory and the practical ways to approach a garden. Known for his fun and can-do manner, Paul's one of the UK's most fun celebrity gardeners, showing you the behind the scenes of his day-to-day business, punctuated with his funny stories and anecdotes with an insight never before seen. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Alison.
Here we are today, Saturday, the 1st of May.
It is.
So we're coming to the end of National Gardening Week, and there's been loads of advocacy with a theme of mental health awareness.
Yeah.
But today in itself is an important day in the gardening world.
Very important for those people that like to go in the garden with no clothes on. It's International Naked Gardening Day today.
Okay. Celebrate on the first Saturday of May by gardeners and non-gardeners alike.
Yeah, it's been going since 2005.
Oh, wow. So really has it? Okay. So you've just done a fun little photo shoot that you're going to be putting out on your Instagram very soon, I understand.
Yeah, look out for the photo.
But, yeah, right. The question is, was you really naked?
Yes, I was.
Okay, I'll go with that. So, mental health and the benefits of gardening. On a serious note, it's been a massive theme for the whole week of National Gardening Week.
Yeah.
And you make no secret of the fact that you also had your own journey around and to this point with mental health problems, issues, challenges that you've thankfully overcome.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Well, I think it's very good from the RHS to bring this subject up. It's on all the platforms of social media at the moment, you know, with lockdown and all the things that are happening around the world. And I think mental health is coming to the fore. And gardening is one of those things that actually is proven by the RHS on their studies to make you feel better.
Okay, so there's some interesting statistics, I think, wasn't there, put out by RHS this week?
Yeah, you know, 40.5% of the respondents that have got problems feel better when they're out in the garden. So,
Wow.
you know, it's been studied properly by some of the professors at the RHS, and it is proven to be very good.
That's really, really cool. And for you personally, like, what's your journey in terms of being outside, how it's affected your mental health and your road to recovery? I know it was some years ago now that you...
So 12 years ago I had
Yeah.
a very serious mental breakdown and ended up in hospital. And coming out of the journey, going into the journey was very traumatic, but coming out of it, getting back into the garden and getting back into my gardening business has made me feel 100% better. So the journey coming out of it was much better than the journey going into it, and that's because gardening is the influencer in your mental health.
Right, that's amazing. And there was a funny pun that you'd picked up from the RHS about a new vitamin.
Oh yeah, so the new vitamin the RHS have found is vitamin G. G for gardening.
Which isn't technically a real vitamin.
It's not a real vitamin, no. Don't go out and ask for it when you go.
Okay. I mean, vitamin G could be G for gardening, it could be G for green.
G for goodness.
Yeah, right. There's a
G
lot of
for-
ways.
Yeah.
So people are feeling a bit down right now, and I know we've had a really horrible, insane year, which probably doesn't do it justice to say insane, but and people are feeling a bit low. And we've got the 1st of May. I know we don't really have the weather, but it feels like the start of maybe a little transition somehow. People are feeling a bit low. What would you suggest they do for an instant hit of feel good in their garden?
So physical exercise is the main thing, right?
Okay.
So just getting outside, even if you're, not able to do like running or anything that sort of gets your body moving, the sense of well-being outside, it helps you cope with your depression,
Okay.
It gives you space for reflection when you're outside. So when you're outside looking at it, and it's been proven again by the RHS that looking at plants makes you feel better.
Wow, really? Is that an endorphin thing?
The endorphins going into your brain, yeah.
Okay.
And all of
So what would you suggest? It's a Saturday, we've got a bank holiday weekend, probably don't have great weather, as we never do in England on that first bank holiday. People going out today to a garden centre, what would you suggest they buy for an instant hit of something they can plant immediately, colourful, bright, vibrant, makes them feel good?
Okay, so now if you're going to be going to the garden centres now, so if you're going to go and buy some seeds, so seeds that you can sow in May, you can go and buy some cornflowers, which you can sow directly outside. That helps to attract all the wildlife, so a really nice flower. Nasturtiums, you can stow them outside in pots or containers. And actually nasturtiums you can put in a salad.
Oh, really?
Lovely colours, orange, red.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you spell that?
Nasturtiums.
Oh, well, okay.
And you can put poppies, get poppy seeds now, sow them directly outside. They'll probably germinate between a week and a month, and you'll also get your sunflowers ready now for later in the season. So all those things you could start sowing into pots or sowing outside.
Okay.
Now, if you want perennials, which perennials are a plant that comes up annually every year, so it's perennial. You can get something like hardy geraniums. You can have delphiniums. What I've got in a lot of my customers' gardens now is Solomon seal, which is like a big green plant that comes up. It has a lot of tentacles coming out of the ground. It's a very nice plant.
What's that called?
Solomon seal.
Okay.
Acrolegias has lovely little bell-shaped flowers. And acanthus, which is big leaf plant. So you can go and start planting all them out this time of year.
Sounds good. Well, tell me about the frost. I know you'd said to me already that we have this little bit unprecedented frost in the mornings.
Yeah, unfortunately, April has been the frostiest month ever recorded on record. So, and the bad thing about the frosts are that if you've got summer bedding plants, which everyone will be going to buy this weekend, I think we're going to have some more frost next week. So you've got to be really careful to protect them bedding plants. Don't put them out in your garden now. Don't plant them out. You can have them outside in the day, but you need to either bring them in at night or cover them up.
Okay, what would you cover them with?
So just cover them up with some black bags, bin bags or something just to protect the plant because they're very young and tender now. And usually when we get into May, the weather gets a bit better, but I think we're going to have some more frost and it's going to be cold. So basically you can cover them up with newspaper or fleece or whatever you could get your hands on really, but you don't want them out at night when it's dropping below 0.
Okay, so you just have to bring them in every night, take them out.
I think you're doing that, aren't you?
I am doing that and it's a bit boring. I feel like I'm looking after a pet. I have to every night remember to bring them in and take them out the next day.
You're going to get the benefits later in the year, aren't you? When your beautiful fuchsias are flowering.
I feel now like I'm working for it, though.
Yeah. Well, you have to. Sometimes you have to earn it.
Yeah, I get that.
Gardening's not easy.
No, it's not. Now, let's talk about people that don't actually have gardens. So many people now, modern living, we live in apartments, and we may not have the opportunity for a garden. Yeah. So what are the opportunities for people that don't have, maybe they've got a patio or a balcony?
All right, let's take it from an inside. If you're in a little flat and you've got a windowsill, you can grow anything on the windowsill, right? You can grow herbs. You can have a little windowsill full of herbs. You can plant some seeds in there and you can have some little flowers.
Okay.
So you could grow... Basically, anything's growable now. So if you've got a little balcony, then you can have a few pots outside.
Okay. They do them nice little pots with the hooks. You can hook it over
there. Hang over.
Yeah, nice.
So that can hang on to your balcony.
Okay.
Or if you just got a windowsill, you can hang it on your windowsill.
Okay.
There's no parameters for not having any plants. Indoor plants are lovely now. And you go everywhere to sell indoor plants. You go to a supermarket, you go to your garden centre, you go to B&Q, whatever. So it's good. It's good for your endorphins. It gives out good pheromones into your head.
And what in terms of like the sensory elements, right? Because we look at flowers, and of course some of the flowers, the leaves, the petals feel they've got lovely textures.
Yes.
We've also got like the visual display of colour. What about like the smell, the aroma, the sensory element of that?
So lots of different plants have lots of different smells. So we can go... If you went into the garden, you wouldn't even know what the smells were. But there's lots of plants that give out smells at night because they attract moths. People don't know that. So Elaeagnus albingia is a big green plant with a gold leaf. If you walk past, it's the most beautiful smell you've ever smelled.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So,
there's some nice herbs as well that give off nice smells.
So all the herbs, and if you crush them, then you get the scent come up. So if you put them in your garden, and you can actually walk on them a little bit, or you brush past it and they give out lovely smells like all the basil and fennels and all this stuff, and then mint and lavender, which you can actually cook with, can't you?
Yeah, you can. And do you know what? There's something, it's funny you say about lavender. So a friend and I always wonder, these people that own lavender farms, like, are they really chilled out all the time? Lavender's really relaxing. as well, the sense of smell is very evocative, right? And I think smells a little bit like music. We can smell something in the same way we could hear a song, a tune, or a music track, and it takes us right back to a moment.
Yeah.
What are some of your favourite, like, fragrant flowers? Because often I've heard you say that you'd stop and go, oh my goodness, smell this. It's just got
Yeah,
most
so
amazing
jasmine's
smell.
one of those plants. You will sometimes walk past someone's garden, jasmine. That smell comes over the fence, you know.
Yeah.
Got very tiny flowers, very powerful perfume. And all the flowers have this perfume is to attract the insects, right? So, so that's what it's there for. So it attracts the pollinators, the bees and all this stuff. And the flies, the different things, but butterflies and moths especially. Moths are a big pollinator that people don't realise. So lots of the plants that smell late at night, like jasmines and stuff, they give out this lovely aroma. So you can put it by your back door or something. So go out and come buy some jasmine, put it by your back door and see that smell when you come out at night. You can have a little drink, sit outside. Hopefully the summer's going to come soon and we can all sit outside.
That'd be really, really nice, wouldn't it? And just the last little note, talk to me about strawberries, because you're a little bit a fan of strawberries.
I love strawberries.
Yeah.
I love
so
strawberries.
tell me, I mean, there's ways, of course, you can plant
So there's
strawberries.
lots of varieties of strawberries. So they'll be coming out now.
And they're easy to grow, aren't they?
Easy to grow, yeah. And if you actually grow them in the garden, they have runners that go into the ground and you get loads of baby strawberry plants.
Okay,
And
really
if you
nice.
cut that off once it's joined,
Yeah.
you can then make some more pots.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is there like, I know you've got all of the botanical names for everything.
Oh, yeah.
And you're very much about keeping it simple.
Yeah, we don't like saying all the Latin
No,
names.
but what is the Latin name?
The Latin name for that is Fragaria Anatia.
Oh, very nice. Okay. And how quickly? I mean, is it the right time now for
Yeah,
strawberries?
so I mean, you think of Wimbledon, that's when we're usually eating strawberries. So it's usually early summer, May, June, end of May, maybe June, July. That's when strawberries are in England. But obviously we get them all the year round now from Spain and everywhere else.
Okay.
So so planting time, late summer, early autumn or spring. You can plant any time because strawberries is not going to really get affected by the frost.
Okay.
They're quite a hardy plant.
And you can do it in a pot. You don't
Do
need
it
to.
in a pot.
Yeah.
Pot's really good. I do it in hanging baskets. They're
Oh,
really
that's
good.
nice.
Yeah, and they tolerate some shade. So strawberries do like the sun, but they can tolerate a bit of shade.
Okay, so they're quite hardy.
Very hardy plants, you
Really
know.
cool.
But flowers can get damaged by the frost if they're out early. So
Okay.
just bear that in mind. But if they've grown outside anyway, mine are in a pot outside my back door.
Yeah.
I've not bring them in, I'll cover them up. So
Really nice.
yeah.
But you did cover yourself up a little bit for World Naked Gardening Day, which is always good to hear.
Yeah.
You wasn't that out there, was you?
I know, I wasn't out this morning with that cold frost.
That's not a good idea. So people can see your cheeky photo on Instagram. You are on Instagram as Celebrity Garden Warrior. So you've got quite a few followers growing here, I can see, which is really exciting. Let's come back again next week, Paul. And I'm thinking we might talk next week. I know you've got some interesting ideas on if you can't go away on holiday this year because of the situation with our world, how people can make their own little kind of sort of tropical garden.
Yeah,
this nice
tropical gardens, we love that.
So they can have their own little vacation.
Yeah, we're going to talk palm trees.
That sounds
and
great.
Lovely exotic plants.
That sounds
great. Canna lilies. Oh, yeah.
Sounds brilliant.
Get my
Okay.
juices going now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there for now, Paul. As always, thank you very much. Here we are with the Celebrity Garden Warrior, Paul Davis, and we'll be back next week with some fun tropical news.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, Paul.